There we go. Hello. Is my mic unmuted? Let me just check. All right. I don't know how streaming works. This is my first time. Well, this is actually my second time streaming, but my first time actually trying to do it properly. So I got my fancy good camera and my microphone. Anyway, hi everyone. It's Steve Malora, your favorite pissed off mental health counselor who aspires to be a VTuber. So I was gonna do some videos and make them all pretty and edit them and stuff, but then I was like, let's just do a ramble. Let's see how that goes. So yeah, there's a lot of betrayal going on the internets right now, with a lot of things going on, specifically VTubers, but this just happens all the time. Betrayal. When the traitor's hand strikes, it strikes with the strength of a legion. When it sucks. It just sucks. When you're trying to trust someone, if you have a hard time trusting people in the first place, and you're trying to trust someone and that person betrays you, it's like, once bitten, twice shy. But then if it's twice bitten, it's like just lock yourself in the basement and never interact with other human beings, which is really, really hard. It's really, really hard to actually know who to trust and to be like, and to figure out the why, really. Even if you know the why, even if you know the why is greed or lust or just not considering your needs or not. I want to actually expand on that. 1 second. It's hard for me as a capitalist to understand betrayal, because exchange is good. Hey, I have money, you have art, let's exchange. We're both going to be happier leaving the table than how we started. I can also understand, hey, this is this thing I want to do. Hey, I want to, I don't know, teach hamsters how to juggle. And you ask 100 people, and 10 of them say maybe, one of them is vehemently yes, and 89 of them are just like, no, we don't want to have to do with this thing. It's like, okay, cool. Self-determination. You're able to define who you're going on this journey with. But it's like, when you understand that there's like a limited resource, or there's one resource, this happens, the simplest way I can put this is romance movies. These super ripped jocks trying to date this one person. And it's like, well, any of them can have all the women on Earth. But it's like, well, we don't want all the women on Earth. We want this particular one. And we're going to fight each other to have her, because there's only one of her. It's like, oh, if you think, so let's just say you have a single resource, whether that's fame or attention or whatever. It's like, I'm going to screw you over to get my own needs met. That's the real betrayal. That's I'm going to throw you under the bus so that I'm safe, that I'm fed. It's just such a scarcity mentality. Now, that happens sometimes if there's like a I don't know, the One Ring in Lord of the Rings, like there are certain instances where there's only one of something, or there's only a limited resource of something. And it's like, all right, I kind of get it. We got to, figure out a way to get it for ourselves before our competitors get it. I get that. But the idea of limited market share, I'm going to screw you over so that I'm more famous, it's just infuriating. Because ultimately, as a person who works alone, I believe in collaboration. I believe that 2 people, 3 people, 10 people, 1,000 people can come together and do something for each other that they can't just do for themselves as individuals. And being able to build something in a group, in a whether you're a K-pop, idol group, or you're like a multi-level, multinational corporation, it's like, yeah, you can actually create something better than the sum of its parts. It's infuriating. And if you have abundance, if you have the abundance mindset, or just believe in abundance, you don't have to screw anyone over. All you gotta do is keep working. All you gotta do is keep working together. All you gotta do is say, hey, maybe we can't work together, but that's okay. Maybe I need to find someone else to be my partner, my collaborator. Anyway, this is basically a ramble of me saying why this shouldn't exist, but it exists. And it's just the knives in the dark. I think, so I'm a US Army veteran, and I read a lot of fantasy, a lot of sci-fi, and I was raised Catholic, and I was raised with a very strong moral code. I'm not Catholic anymore, but the moral code's still there. It's like honesty, integrity, truth, justice, fairness, treating people like goddamn adults, etiquette. Those are all things that are really important to me. So, and one of the things that really disillusioned me about the Army, at least some of the units I was part of, is preaching all these virtues and then doing everything in their power to be conniving, political, manipulative, liars. And it's the difference between the paladin and the assassin, the knight and the murderer. And it's like, I kind of am glad that we're, the CIA and the FBI and certain people who need to go out and actually kill thugs are able to lie, cheat, manipulate, and do whatever they need to do to get their missions completed or get out alive. I get that. But I go the other direction. It's like, okay, stand up, be real, be authentic, be truthful. Always be truthful, even if it screws you over in the end, even if it actually leads to you experiencing some painful emotional content. And part of the reason why is because so many of my clients lie to me, or so many clients, really, they lie to themselves about what's going on in their own head, or why they're doing certain things, or what the nature of reality is. And it's just really frustrating to see that. It's really frustrating to see that both in regards to betrayal and in regards to just living, just trying to complete a job, trying to complete a mission. Yeah. I know I kind of got off the beaten path there. Try to be honest. And more importantly, try to just have each other's best interests in mind. You really don't have to screw each other over for market share. You definitely just don't have to screw each other over to get what you need. The only other concern around that is ego, really. And ego is fine. You're allowed to have an ego. But the idea of avoiding the consequences of your actions, doing whatever comes up or whatever goes in your head to not take responsibility or not take the natural and logical consequences of your actions, both good and bad, never learning from your mistakes. And if you're already betraying, if you're already committing a sin, chances are you're going to continue to do so. Chances are you're going to continue to, well, make it all about you. Try to save face. This is just me projecting, but I'm going to share anyway. We'll see if this means anything. I was talking to a certain family member. She was concerned about my well-being, and I expressed how a certain amount of distress that was going on in my life. But it was then made all about her. It was about her needs, not mine. It was about her defending herself against what she perceived as criticism, even though it was me just saying, no, that's not what I need right now. And then became insults, and then became an attack. Yeah. It's hard when it's very hard when the people that you're supposed to rely on and lean on and take care, and who are supposed to take care of you, or at the very least take your best interests in mind when they talk to you, when they act with you, that they are the people who hurt you most. And it's like, well, no wonder there's so much betrayal. There's no trust. And no wonder there's no trust. There's no ability to take on what the other person's best interest actually is. Now, you can say, I don't want to do that, but then don't actually act like it. Don't actually act like I have your best interest in mind and then lie about it and then then lie through your actions. It's like, well, you're clearly showing me you don't have my best interest in mind because you're making it all about you. You're invalidating my emotional content. You're lying to me. And it's just infuriating, real infuriating. So, honesty. You can't go wrong with honesty, genuinely. And it's like, even when it hurts, even when it might lead to something negative about you, it can certainly be, it is the easiest and best way to just keep your friends and keep yourself sane and keep the relationships that you actually want to keep strong as strong. Even if it hurts sometimes, it is much better than the alternative. Anyway, that's all. Hope you're all doing great.